Hey everyone, it's Joe. Decided to do a weekly video on lifestyle, predominantly on the things that I'm very passionate about. I've always been passionate about fitness and nutrition, and of course, I'm not a professional. I'm not certified. I don't have any degrees. These are just suggestions that I have picked up along the way through my travels, through some of the research that I've done, the books that I've read, the vlogs that I've watched. So it is just personal suggestion, things that are working for me. So please take it with a grain of salt. I have been asked, what do you do as a skin regimen here in Mexico to take care of your skin that doesn't look like it's sun damaged? You're right. In Mexico, the sun is quite strong, and especially for a fair person like me, you think that the skin would definitely get easily damaged if not properly taken care of. And so I agree. But it's important to take care of it with the right, should I say ingredients? I guess. I personally don't use sunscreen, and I don't want to get into this political debate as to whether or not I should, whether or not I'm not correct about it. It's just a personal decision, and it's been working great for me. And so what do I do to protect my skin? Because, okay, fine, so I'm not using sunscreen, but what do I use? I use coconut oil. And coconut oil is actually a natural SPF. I believe it's got about 5. And so I use that quite generously every day. And I do expose my skin to the sun. And I wouldn't say that I get sunburned a lot. I do get sunburned maybe once every 2 months. I personally enjoy the skin that I get after the sunburn. So after I peel, the skin is finer, it's smoother, it's got less lines, it's got lots of shine in it. As you can see, it looks very healthy. So I go against the grain, unconventional wisdom, and I do burn my skin. And being with a fair skin like mine, I burn quite easily. So that's what I did last week, actually. I went to the beach. The skin was quite burned. And so as you can see, a week later, with the help of coconut, it looks pretty good. And so I do coconut oil. I also do a blend. Let's say I decide to stay in the sun quite a lot. I do a blend of coconut oil, grapeseed oil, red raspberry oil. So there's lots of things that I combine to do my own natural sunscreen. And so these elements, these oils have their own SPFs. You know, they range from 4 to 5 to 25 and so on. So they're great for the skin, not necessarily to protect it from the sun, but also feeds them great minerals as well. I also have a diet that's richer in fat, I would say, than the normal conventional diet in North America. So I do eat lots of avocados. I have a lot of MCT in my diet, and MCT oil, and lots and lots of oils, so coconut oil and so forth, shea butter as well. So I do include that with my diet, and I find that it definitely helps my skin feel better and look better, and it's not dry. And it's kind of difficult to be dry here in Mexico, but when I do travel, because I travel quite a lot, especially in a colder climate, like for example, if I travel to Toronto when it's winter, and it doesn't have to be winter. I find that in Toronto, the water really dries my skin. I'm not sure why. I'm not really interested to find that out. I just want to take care of my skin. So I definitely use more coconut oil in Toronto, for example. And I found that even when I traveled to Europe, I found my skin got really dry really quickly. So I definitely used more throughout the day. I also do use a weekly mask of honey and cinnamon. I use raw honey here from the Mayans, which is fantastic. You know, great to eat, great for the skin. And I do a weekly mask for it, which definitely takes care of my skin. And that's about it. I don't do anything other than, you know, include a lot of fats and oils into my diet, and also use my natural sunscreen, which is coconut oil, and the blend as well. And I believe that MCT oil has made quite a difference in my skin and overall immunity and energy as well. I started using MCT oil about 3 months ago, and I feel like my energy levels have definitely increased. So that's something I recommend for people, not necessarily for the skin, but also for the energy levels. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, I just want to emphasize I'm not a professional, so take this just as a suggestion. Okay? Take care.